Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode on Channel 64. And I have been busy. I shouldn't say super busy, but I've been busy. So, yeah, we want to work over here. We were trying to get to this last episode, and it would have been just cramped to try to fit it in here. So, I've been working over here a bit, laying out some, what do you want? Plans? Laying out plans for pathways and ideas for in here, but also let me do a effect. Haha! I'm really glad I did not just like fall into the middle of this thing. But yeah, I went ahead, got the villagers over here, set up a little bit of a breeder. This is based off the Logical Geek Boy breeder, and I say based off of it because I built a lot of it from memory. I didn't relook up the tutorial, but it is working. I've got it turned off now. I just kind of turned it on to make sure it would produce more than one. And I've gone around and filled in the wall for the most part. Over here, we still have an opening, and that's because I'm thinking I'm about doing an archway as if this is a drain and stuff. So I've still got that to do, but I'm not worried about the details right now. I want to work up top. It's an idea I've had in my head for a little while, and I kind of really want to get it in the game. So let's head up top. Okay, back over here, I've got this archway, and this is going to be where I keep the farming villagers. I only want a couple, basically, to do some trades and stuff with. As you see, I have no emeralds. I haven't had emeralds this entire season, so anytime a wandering trader goes by, I just basically kill it because I have nothing to trade with it. But we're going to change that this episode. So I'm going to bring some farming villagers in here. Good thing is it's also going to help me with golden carrots. The bad thing, if I free cam, we go straight, I have the lava lake. The lava lake we use as inspiration to where to put our lava farm. This thing's kind of in the way, but I have an idea. So I'm going to kind of make this archway go back a little bit, and then Y that way, and then Y that way. And the center section, I'm thinking about having a lava fall into a bit of a lake and making a hot spring. I'm not sure if any of this is going to work, but I have to start somewhere, so let me diggy and then we'll come right back. Okay, hole dug and a little bit of planning done, and I wanted to kind of go over that. So as you can see, this is actually a different shape than what I was describing. I found I had actually a little bit more room than I thought I was going to have, which makes for a very happy duds. So what I knew going into this was I wanted to put the farming villagers in here and some storage for a couple crops that I could trade for them. So I was going to put the villagers on this side. So to determine how many villagers, I kind of started just laying out what I thought might the room be. So this is probably going to be a pillar. This is probably going to be a flat wall pillar. And that's just to get a bit of a 3D effect in detailing in the wall. Same with here. This blank 3 space is just wall to kind of cover up the stone brick over here. Pillar, wall. This now is actually turning into wall, and then villager. Originally, I had intended for 5, but with the space, I was like, you know what? Let's just go with 3, and I'm fine with 3. Like, I don't need a ton of villagers and everything. It'll also help with some lag in the area and stuff. So that's how that section got designed. And then over here, I figured this could be a good spot to store any crops and stuff I want to trade with these. I'm going to kind of let the villagers dictate what the crops are going to be. Probably a pumpkin or a melon automated farm. Probably wheat too, because I really like using packed mud. And I'm tired of farming my wheat there, so that might be the one farm that I'm going to dictate. Coming over to the other side, I realized if I'm putting all my stuff that I was going to put in a small hole here, I actually have more room to do things. So looking at everything that's going on over here, I just kind of mirrored the same thing I had on this side. And I think I'm gonna configure this section for storage, or maybe even just a display. And then this side, I think I'm gonna bring in some bees. So I don't have any kind of honey or whatever, but we did the copper farm or whatever was it? Not last episode. Last episode we decorated the copper farm, but we did the copper farm the episode before that. So I'm gonna probably put a bit of a honeycomb farm right here, and then this middle section I'm gonna save for that hot spring idea that I had earlier. I'm gonna save this for last because I have no clue how I'm gonna make that look good. So, yeah. What I want to do first is I want to go ahead and take advantage of the plan and the layout, pick a palette, start designing the walls and stuff before I move any villagers or build any farms. I know the spaces I have, and I can take advantage of those spaces later. I really need a palette. Okay, so it is just turning night, and I've been working a little bit. Last we left off, I needed a palette, and I've actually come up with a couple different ones, but I ended up really liking this the best, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. So I just started building, went ahead and moved our villagers up. This isn't that bad. If we free cam a little bit, that's our breeder right there. So I just had to get them out of this little corner and then minecart them up. You can see my the way I moved them up and then got them in here, and honestly it wasn't bad at all. It took like 5 minutes. And then I have some extra storage over here. It's not hooked up to anything, but what I've been working on is the honeycomb farm. Now getting the bees is what was horrible. There's a birch forest not far from here. I think it's that way, and I got a couple bees nests. The problem is, I guess when I was trying to break the nest, I had smoke and everything underneath, but a bee flew into it at the exact same time. And yeah, I upset like half of them. So I think each nest only has 1 bee in it, maybe 2. So I've been waiting for nighttime because I want to put the nests in without them flying out, without having to worry about them just like disappearing and stuff. I don't think they're gonna be angry at me. I think it is dark enough now where I can go ahead and do that. So far so good. And then I'm gonna do this and this and then this and then this, and I have this here so I can try to breed them. I don't know how well that's gonna work either. It might be better to do it up here, and honestly if they get out at that point, I might go to Omni's and buy some hives that have bees in it. The honeycomb is not that big of a deal. Oh, I didn't put any shears. Oh, I should do that before I go any further. Yeah, the honeycomb is not that big of a deal. I only have 4 storage chests, and you can see it's kind of off-centered because I really didn't want to work and mess with this wall. It's just kind of here to kind of fill in space, I think. I really didn't want more than 3 villagers in this area, and I might put 1 or 2 villagers out here once I start working on this area. This is like the whole farming district, so there might be 1 or 2 I leave exposed. I've been testing out what's over there. I've been testing out to see how easy it is for zombies to see distance-wise and then come attack. But so far so good. No zombies have even attempted to cross the river. So I think we're good to have a village or 2 out here. But yeah, let me go throw shears in here so we can let our bees out and see if this farm works. I don't even know if the farm's gonna work. I did it by memory, and yeah, we all know how that's gonna happen. Okay, shears are in. Let's sleep. And okay, we've got 2 bees. I don't know if baby bee? Baby bee! Yes! I'm not sure what their allotted time will be for the bee to grow up. I'm really hoping it doesn't grow up in the... I'm pretty sure they can still get through this half slab. So there's a chance it grows up in the half slab and then gets loose. I hope not, but you never know. Now I just gotta keep an eye on it, see if it works, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting up these walls, and we'll come back afterwards. Okay, walls are in place. I'm liking this. We have our bees. I think there's actually like 6 or 7 bees in here now, and they're producing. They're producing pretty good. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with all of this. We've got our villagers. I still haven't like locked in their trades though. So they're just kind of cycling through every day, and then when I find one I like this one's probably okay, 22. What about this guy, 26? It's always 26 potatoes. I've never seen it be anything different than 26 potatoes. But yeah, I haven't locked them in. I'll lock them in soon. Hopefully we can go ahead and get down to the golden carrot trade. So I don't have to craft golden carrots like I've been doing all season and turning those into tacos. I can just go ahead and kind of trade for a batch at a time, and that'll be nice. This is not hooked up to anything still, though I do think I might hook it up to a melon and pumpkin farm just to give me some more things to trade with these guys. That might be kind of, yeah, see, this guy liked it, and that guy, yeah. Oh, they're back to work. Let's see, did it trade or change? Nope, okay. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of work outside. I've got this little awning thing, and I think that turned out really good. And then I did some more work. Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and detail the wall. So then I thought I had to kind of put the things in here I was wanting. I'm not sold on these trees. I was trying to make sure they didn't overpower the area. So I wanted smaller trees and stuff. They're a little weird, but I like a little weird. And I think I'm going to put some more of the these little small guys in between, but I just haven't done that yet. So all these composters are going to act kind of like tabletops. So what I'm going to do is get a bunch of crops, and I'm going to fill them in until they're full. You know what? Can we go ahead and do this now? Let's cut till I actually have supplies in my hand. Okay, supplies. I have supplies. I think you can compost leaves. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do this until it fills up. Try to make sure it doesn't give me bone meal. Come on now. Is that the top one? No, it's one more. There we go. So we get that texture, and then I'm going to... Oh no! I forgot to shift click it. Hold on. Okay, we shift click, and then we put our flower in there, and all of these composters are basically going to represent like all the different flowers in the game. I have more composters than flowers, I think. So, and even so, I'm not trying to be perfect here. This is a flower display. All of this flower displays, and then we'll have our path coming through here with these what are these called again? Netherrack. I didn't forget what those are called. Path through here, and then why am I here? Oh, I'm hearing the little plopping sound. It's because of villager breeder. I forgot that was right there. And then on this side, we're gonna have crops and stuff, kind of like we did up at the top of the wall. Now, I'm not gonna do anything past this area because I have ideas for this, and I don't know how it's gonna work out just yet. So what I'm gonna do now is work on that area up to where the path is gonna be, and then we'll come back. Okay, we've got some work in, and it is starting to look better even with the wonky trees. Oh, I keep hearing the villagers down below me. Okay, but whatever. So I went with this path block. I really liked how it raised the elevation of everything else and gave a new texture that was different from our actual path. You can see I'm kind of walling things off with some shrubs, and this is where our field's going to be. If we hop into free cam real quick, I kind of did that on this side, but with more fences than bushes. So I wanted to do kind of the same, but not feel the same. So instead of fences, I've used flowers, basically the 2 tall ones, a couple little bushes and stuff, bright colors to deal with all the natural dull colors. And there's a wandering trader up there. And then here, I've got these steps. I'm not liking this. It feels awkward. So one of the ideas I have is I think I'm gonna, like, every couple of blocks do something like this, and then kind of make a rocky section, kind of like there's these big boulders still stuck into the ground. And I think that's gonna really help separate the 2 sections. And then maybe put some bushes and flowers around that also to, again, bring some more greenery into it. I think that'll turn out pretty good. Okay, back one more time, and I think we're done. I'm really liking how this turned out. You see we've got a little rock formations in there with a little bit of bushes. Added in some flowers over here, just kind of placing them as we go. Nothing too big. We've got our crops, and I've added some cherry blossom trees. I say little custom ones. Originally this was jungle leaves, and then it blended into the environment too much, and my controller's just really wanting to go right for some reason. And then I was like, it blends in too much. Let's go with flowering azaleas. And then I was like, I really want even more color. So I went ahead and went with these. I think it really does the job. Added in a couple of these little the petal carpets around. And potatoes. I didn't have potatoes before I started this. Why are potatoes so hard to get? I went to 6 villages, and it took 6 villages to find, actually it was 6 potatoes in a chest. None of them were planted. I just happened to get lucky and was able to get some. So, yeah. I had to use a lot of bone meal to go ahead and get enough to spread around. But I'm really liking this area. It definitely feels complete. And I have added a little bit on the inside right here, just doing a little bit of decorations down this wall. This wall was a little dark, so I thought this might be a good way to kind of liven it up just a little bit. Yeah, I might do something else. But yeah, I have not hooked a pumpkin or melon farm up to that thing yet. Matter of fact, I haven't checked the honey. I always check this one first because it always overflows. And then, yeah, we're getting somewhere. And a lot of stuff has happened in real life, which is why this episode's taken, what, almost 2 months, maybe 3 months to come out? I can't even remember the last time I did an episode. Basically, whenever I finished the room for the villagers and the bees, that's when I, like, stopped recording until this past weekend. So, yeah, lots of stuff. But we're back now. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. If you guys liked it, don't forget to hit the like button. If you want some more, don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!